it's very important to work with local products for different reasons. The first thing is that you have to be proud on your roots where you're coming from, and like I'm living in Flanders in Belgium. We've got a lot of very perfect products in the area, so I don't understand why you're gonna buy your products on the other side of the world if you've got it in your garden.
Welcome to the F&B Advantage, a series within the future of hospitality, where we explore how food and beverage can truly move the needle for hospitality businesses. My name is Gabi, and today we have a TV chef with a rock and roll running through his veins. He started at star restaurants, toured with artists, and built an experience brand around the best moment of the day, the aperitif. My guest is Jeroen de Pauw. Welcome, Jeroen.
Thank you very much.
Jeroen has built a world around food that blends hospitality, storytelling, and emotion. And later this conversation, we will unpack how an apero-driven concept becomes a business model, and how intuition and creativity fit into operations. But before we dive in, Jeroen, you are a person that does so much things. How do you usually explain to people what you're really focused on today?
Yeah, it's very difficult because when some people ask me what are you doing, then I always say I do something with cooking, something with uh, always the same subjects. That's food, but I changed every 5 till 8 years. I do another thing, but it's always food based. But it's true. I did already a lot of different things. I did also a lot of things that I always wanted to do. So I'm very happy with my job. Yeah.
Yeah. Food is a central part in your journey, right? And how much did your time at the hotel school really shape the way you think about food and hospitality today?
It's very different because when I was on school, on hotelry school, there is a lot of indoctrination that you really have to go to Michelin stars restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
and I did it also after school because it was normal.
Mm.
We had an education in gastronomic food, so I did also. I worked in those restaurants, and I did it also later on.
Mm.
But after some time, I said, "Yeah, it's really always the same thing. It's
Mm.
hard work. It's no free time. It's always working, working, working." And I really wanted to explore the world, and that's something that was very difficult in this time to do it when you're working in Michelin star restaurants.
Mm.
So afterwards, I realized when I want to see the world, when I want to meet other people,
Mm.
when I want to create a kind of networking, then I have to change, and I have to go out of the Michelin star restaurants. It was also a very different world, the Michelin restaurants, than how it is now.
Yeah, because what is different if you compare it to each other?
Yeah, I think that a lot of chefs now, also from Michelin stars, are really rock and roll stars. They really explore the world. They go, they do, they travel a lot to cook with other Michelin stars restaurants. It's more international.
Mm.
But when I was younger, it was really based in Belgium, in the Netherlands. I worked also in the Netherlands, and I think it was not so big like it is now.
Yeah, so you would say like the networking, the kind of community, the collaborations is something that
Yeah,
really diverted, and were you,
yeah.
and that's something that people are getting more, if I hear you correct, the
Yeah, it's
networking. Yeah.
the networking is for me personally. The networking is the most important thing in my job, in my life, because that's the reason how to explore other things, other jobs, other countries, other.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it's very important for me to meet other people and to do a lot of networking.
Yeah, and I do maybe think also like hospitality, people can learn about networking a lot of different cultures, how people are doing different operations or things different, and learn from that to implement maybe in their own hospitality business.
Yeah, I always say that cooking it's really the key for explore new people, for explore races, people that you love. It's really something who makes people brings people together.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm ready to make a documentary about countries in war, and
Mm,
even countries in war, you see that the only thing that it's very important for them to keep them together, it's always food. It's the
mm,
hospitality. It's the mothers who are cooking for the boys. They go to the army.
mm,
So even there, in the baddest time of your life, food
yeah.
is very important. It's really, yeah, it's the key.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because you're now telling about this documentary, and like I said, you're doing a lot of things regarding. It's always like the food is the big theme within your life, but I'm really curious. Can you maybe take us back to the moment where you realized you wanted to do things differently than the classic model? You were saying about
Yeah.
networking, but when did that really click?
It's not really that I planned it to do. It's something came very organically. Like I was working in a Michelin star restaurant, and I would like to do something else. And it was a really there was someone who called me. It was a Belgian famous singer, and
Mm,
he made a kind of video clip in the neighborhood where I was living. So they asked me, "Can you cook for us? Can you
mhm,
make the lunch for us?" But I was used to work in Michelin restaurant stars restaurants, so I had my own style of cooking. So I did the same for this day to cook for the artist there, and they was really impressed because they never seen a catering on a concert that was so high level food. So they said, "Yeah, it's really great. Why don't you come with us to go on tour?" And but I never did it before. So I had not the material, not the
mm,
experience, I had nothing. But
yeah,
the artist in Belgium, she said, "Yeah, I will invest in it with you, and then you can come with us for 1 year."
yeah. And
So yeah,
no, yeah, I wanted to say like, did it feel maybe risky, right? Because it's something totally different. How did that
yeah.
feel?
Yeah, it was risky, but I was very young. I think in this those time I was even not 25, so I had no children. I was not married, so I was a little bit free to do what I wanted to do, and I wanted to explore the world. And it's really when they ask you to go with some famous people to cook for them, it was really something new for me. So I
Mm,
said, yeah, maybe it's a nice challenge. Maybe I have to do it,
mhm,
and the fact that they also want to invest in it was also for me, the risk was really low.
mm,
It was just to explore a new world and to do what I wanted to do. That was cooking and traveling.
yeah,
So I traveled around Europe for I think 2 years, and I did cooking shows for Belgian artists like Clouseau and Kabouter Plop till Tom Waits and Sinead O'Connor.
yeah,
So it was really nice to meet those people and to create again a new network.
yeah. And then did it also like maybe unlock a type of creativity because you're with creative people in the music industry, but you're also creative. Did it unlock, yeah, maybe in new
Yeah, for me,
potential?
there is a lot of same things in music and food because music you make it with yeah, it's like food. You have ingredients and you make a dish with it, and it's the same thing with music.
Mm,
They make something like a dish, but it's called a song with them.
mm,
So it's a little bit a similar world. We have the same interested, the same way of thinking, I thought, and so. Yeah, it was really nice. It was also because I did France, Italy, Spain. So I also explore a lot of other ingredients, a lot of other cultures, a lot of other food
mhm.
culture. So it opened my mind to be creative.
Yeah. Did it maybe also shape your view on what hospitality should feel like for the guests?
Yeah, that's really difficult because when you are on tour with a group of people, of artists, of musicians, of crew, you're very locked in your own group. We slept together on the tour bus. We are really
Mhm.
in our world. It was a little bit different. So that's that was not so easy, but yeah, you make your own universum, in fact.
Yeah, yeah, no, really interesting. And like I said in the intro, you're also working, having this apero driven concept. And I'm curious, How did that evolve? How did that came up?
Yeah, that was later on when I came back on tour. I did some sport events also, like Tour de France and difficult and other things. But in the end, I was thinking, when you ask people, how are you doing? They always said, I'm very busy, 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 busy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking, yeah, I asked to the people, when you're not busy, what do you want to do? So,
Yeah.
and everybody said, I want to go on holiday. And then I was thinking, yeah, holiday, but why don't you do it? Because, and the people, they told me, yeah, or you've got no time to go on holiday, or it costs some money to go on holiday. So I was looking for what is the holiday feeling that I can put in food.
Mm-hmm.
And in Belgium, I think in all over the world, you've got a lot of trends from food trends, and they are coming, but they are going also. We've got a future kitchen, we've got a molecular kitchen, we've got a vegan kitchen. Everything is coming, but it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Then the only thing that always stays in every food trend is aperitif. Apero. It's the nicest thing. It's also it gives immediately kind of a holiday feeling when you open the bottle at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the week and you've got some nice small canapé dishes to eat. So it gives a lot of happiness.
Yeah.
And because I traveled a lot also, I saw that everyone all over the world, they are taking Apero. If you go to Central Park in New York, you see people, they are opening a bag of chips and they drink something. Or when you go to Italy, it's the same thing. It's all over the world. People like to do it because
Mm-hmm.
it's also, it brings people together. So I thought I'm going to make concept, a food concept around apero, and I call it canape because canape, it means in Belgium or in France it means a couch to chill out. In fact, but canape is also a small dish, a small yeah, how do you say it, a zakouski to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the name was perfect, and then I started with some, yeah, with a restaurant. I had a shop. I had two restaurants, a shop, yeah, different areas to explore the apero concept.
Yeah, and when you look at like the traditional F&B or restaurants, where is the difference between operational, like a restaurant versus an apero concept? Is there a difference in that?
Yeah, it's a big difference. So we put a lot of focus on cocktails and on apero drinks, but on
Mm,
the other side we've got also, it's a lot of work in the kitchen because we've got people, they can choose between different things to eat. So it's kind of apero dining. You all the evening, you always, it's like a kind of tapas, but more. More small dishes, not like just olives and things like that. There are
mm,
really small dishes, so it's also a different concept also for the kitchen and for the waiters. It's not so easy because it's a lot of work when you've got a small restaurant or a big restaurant and you've got just apero and a main dish, desserts,
mm,
the normal stuff.
yeah.
It's not so much work than really make always new dishes. But for us, it was new, but it's kind of the way of having dinner in the south of Europe. It's always a little bit like that. You eat small things, sharing things. It's
Mm.
easygoing. So I want to have really an easygoing concept.
Yeah, like I'm really curious because it's quite a new concept, and like what is harder, creating your first experience when the first time you have a new concept, or protecting it over time?
Protected it over time because you see that even now we are working now 8 years, and I see that it's a little bit gone already because there
Mm,
is also a lot of economic changing in Belgium. There's a lot of financial crisis, so people, they
mm,
don't spend so much money anymore,
mm,
and it's quite expensive concept.
mm,
So as an entrepreneur, you really have to change always. You really have to make new ideas. You really have to switch your concept, your business plan. So I see that now it's a little bit the moment to change it already because we did it 8 years.
mm,
And people, they are a little bit getting used to it. More restaurants try to work like this.
mm,
So it's also a kind of trend. But the apero is always very very popular in our country.
Yeah, yeah, because you're talking about the apero, and I think that's of course something within the menu, right? And like I know you like to engineer the menus and specialize in that. But what is something you have learned about the menu structure that directly, for example, impacts the revenue per guest? As you're saying, like in Belgium, there is this crisis, yeah, the margins are important in that way.
Yeah, yeah, it's a concept that asks a lot of work and a lot of energy and a lot of concentration to make it like it has to be. But on the other hand, you see that rentability from an apero concept is getting lower and lower, also because it's a lot of focus on alcoholic drinks,
Mm,
and even that is getting less and less.
yeah.
More people, they don't drink alcohol anymore, so we took it with the mocktails, and we tried new drinks and things like
Mm,
that. But apero and food and restaurant business is, for a lot of people, it's a luxury thing that you can have.
mhm.
So when there is financial crisis, you see it immediately that the rentability of a restaurant is lower than before.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting because we're often restaurants think they're competing with a restaurant around the corner, which is kind of true. But in essence, in this situation, they're competing with the supermarkets, right? Because their prices are lower and it is more accessible, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how would you say that?
Yeah, but that's true. So that was the reason for me to create also supermarket products under the name of Canape and under the name of Apero concept.
Mm,
I'm working now for, I think, 15 years for Deleuze. It's one of the biggest retail companies in Belgium. It's a little bit high class supermarket. And
mm,
so I create the magazine for them and I write all the recipes. So I have also some products that we sell there in the market. So
mm.
we've got the apero salsas, we've got kind of bitter balls. It's very Holland, bitterballen,
Yeah.
but I made the Belgian version of it with classic Belgian dishes in it. So yeah, we had to do the two markets,
Mm.
the retail and the hospitality in a restaurant. And it's a little bit the same thing, but yeah, in the retail you don't got the hospitality that you've got in a restaurant, and the feeling and
Mm.
the kind of music and yeah, things like that, the designing.
Yeah, yeah, and it's interesting that you're saying local products because I know you're also a really big ambassador of local products, and
Hmm.
would you say it would be interesting to focus also more on those local products, for example, for food and beverage concepts, for example, in hotels, who focus more on that and really show their guests, okay, this is interesting to
Yeah,
do.
I think it's very important to work with local products for different reasons. The first thing is that, yeah, you have to be proud on your roots, where you're coming from. And like I'm living in Flanders in Belgium. We've got a lot of very perfect products in the area. So I don't understand why you're gonna buy your products on the other side of the world if you've got it in your garden, things like that. You have to support your people around you, and the local heroes. I call them the local heroes. We've got
Mm,
so many great products, so I really try to work with them.
mm,
It's also I'm kind of ambassador also of our own products, because that's also what I think is very interesting when I go to another country. I really want to explore their products and their tomatoes and their all the things that they've got really in this country,
yeah,
that makes this country special. So that's also the reason why I want to work with it in Belgium, and I also want to show it to the world, because that's one of my next missions. That is try to let the world taste from all the good things that we've got in Belgium. I
yeah.
was in May in Japan on the World Expo to cook with all products from my neighborhood, from Flemish part of Belgium,
Mm,
and I was there with 100 people in Tokyo let them taste our chicory or mustard or the beers from Belgium, the chocolate, the waffles, the asparagus, so the things from our side. And yeah, it's great that I can do it.
Yeah, but how did you sell like your chicory to an audience that barely knew it, right? It is kind of maybe scary for them. How did you, yeah, convince them to eat it?
Convince them to it. No, but always when you do things like that, people they are very curious. It's also the most of it. It's an audience that really like to explore also new. I work a lot of with entrepreneurs, and they are traveling a lot. I see also that food is a kind of culture for a lot of people. They are, or I will talk for myself. I travel to explore new food, and I live. My food is so important in my life that everything that I do, it's focused on the food thing, and I see that there's more and more people there. They really like it, and it's kind of we said Belgisch erfgoed, we call it. So it's really important in our country, food and beverage.
Yeah, and I think you're really saying, okay, the food is really important. But I'm also interested, like, if you look at the concept, like a food and beverage concept, how much is it about the food, but how much is it, for example, about the flow or the energy of a concept, or should there be a kind of balance?
It should have be a kind of balance, but I see also, and it's something new, I think, in the last 10 years. Before we've got the food was very important, even in Michelin stars restaurants, it was the most important thing.
Mm,
Also in small brasseries or restaurant, but you see that people they want more than just the food. They want to feel the vibe. They want to have the best the music who is working
mm,
with food, the furniture, the people hospitality, how they talk, how they are dressed,
yeah.
um, how they make you. They really have to give you a special feeling, and
Mm.
it's the whole thing, the experience that it's important, and food is one of them, but the other things are also very, very important, I think.
Yeah, yeah, and it's also interesting. Like, how do you design, for example, the food and beverage experience to be spontaneous and nice and human, but also have it like operational, right? Because it's operational is maybe more of structure and strict, whereas we also want that human. How do you balance, yeah, that in essence?
Yeah, it's very difficult because there is also people and they don't like it. They want to have it very strict, and but
Mm,
I'm a little bit I don't think nonchalant, but it's important to be yourself. The people they has to
mm,
be their self when they come to the restaurant. They have to got a nice feeling. I
mm,
feel a lot of restaurants where you when you walk in that there is a little bit stressed. How are you dressed and what can you do? And uh, sometimes I see people that don't go often to restaurants. They are feeling a little bit strange to be there. Um,
mm,
so I think we have to chill a little bit. That it's easier that someone can feel himself great and that they can. Yeah, you have to make an experience for them, and it's difficult because some people they've got a lot of time to explore,
mm,
to be themselves, to chill, to have the whole evening, and some people they want to have it strict and easy and fast, and so yeah, the
mm.
hospitality is very important to the people they are working for you, that they feel the guests a little bit what they are looking for.
Yeah, and should you say maybe like you're really talking about chill, canape, like relaxed? Should F&B concept maybe be more designed around social behavior than around the, yeah, maybe the food? Or
It is a social behavior.
yeah,
It's the start of it. If you
mm,
met a new boyfriend or girlfriend, the first thing that you will say is, we're gonna have eat something or we're gonna drink something."
mm,
So the social thing is so important, and I think it's even more important now and in the future than before, because before we had not social media. We've got not other things. So when we want to meet people, when I was young and I want to meet my friends, I really have to make an appointment. We have to drink something. We have to be together. We have to see each other, feel each other. But now I've got young kids, and even when I say, why don't you go out with your friends? And they say, yeah, but I chat already on Instagram or Snapchat or something like that. So we lose a little bit the social thing, and that's very important that that we try to keep it.
Yeah.
If you see in Belgium, we had a lot of pubs before. You know that in Belgium they really like to drink a lot of beer, so we got a lot of pubs in every small. In every small town you had 5, 6 cafes. So it all disappeared because people they don't go out anymore. It's so we have to try to put it back, that it's really that food, hospitality, gastronomic, that it's really something social, and that we have to try to rebuild it again.
Yeah, it's just interesting that you're saying like pubs are maybe are disappearing and etc. Do you believe like the classic restaurants like with table service is still the best default model for restaurants today? Like the classic ones?
Uh, I don't know. I think there are a lot of classic restaurants. They are disappearing in Belgium
Mm,
because a lot of big companies they take it over, like the big ones, like food concepts and businessmen. They have 10, 15,
yeah,
20 kind of the same restaurants, like concept restaurants.
yeah,
So financially, it's getting very difficult to start from yourself to make a restaurant, because the business model of a classic restaurant is not it's not good, in fact, because you have to invest in people, in
mm,
food, in furniture, in a vibe. So it costs a lot of money, and then you're waiting till the people are coming. And when
yeah,
they are coming, you're not sure how much money they will spend. So
mm,
the business model is not so good for a classic restaurant. So I think it's important to always um, to always find new things, new vibes, to be creative, to make people happy, to explore new things.
yeah, yeah. And I also really want to touch up quickly about like the zero waste ambition that you have, right? Because that's a really important thing in your story. And yeah, what can zero waste help within the current situations restaurants are in? Can they like what can you adjust without losing the experience and focusing on the zero waste ambition?
But the zero waste, I had read a book about zero waste cooking. It's very
Mm,
technical in the kitchen. What can you do? You know, with the climate changing,
yeah.
or even cooks they can make different about it. They can try to have to cook with everything that they got. So that's really the story that I want to
Yeah.
tell in my book, is to make chef behave that you can cook with everything, with a lot of things that you throw away normally, that you can make something with it. And it's also a financial model. The things that you throw away normally, you can use it. So we make cakes with
Mm,
whole oranges. The thing was that I made recipes, and all the ingredients that you've got on your plate, we use them, all of everything,
yeah.
even the peel, even and it's easy to do. It's a new way of thinking, new way of
Mm,
cooking. But I think if we can do something to stop the climate changing, then we have to do it. And also in the
mm.
kitchen or in the gastronomic world, you can do it something about it.
Yeah, yeah. The thing that I really love about you, Jeroen, is that you are a sponge of knowledge. You have so much knowledge about different things, and it is really inspiring. If you look back on your journey, like what's one early mistake that maybe quietly became an important lesson for you during your journey of yeah finding all these new things?
Yeah, it's For me, it's very. I really needed to do new things and to explore. It's what I said.
Yeah.
The networking with other people is so interesting, and I'm getting older now. I'm 46, and I even have a little bit scared that I cannot do anything what I wanted to do, what I
Mm.
still wanted to do. Um, but I did a lot of different things, and after a while, I think, okay, I've seen it, I've done it, been there, done that. I'm gonna do something else because I want to do new things,
Mm.
and I've got also things that didn't work, that I tried, but it didn't work. So, but
Mm.
yeah, I think that the most important lesson is to when you met new people, you can open your mind and you have to listen to other people and you learn more about listening than about talking. So it's for me it's important to do different things for myself to be creative. Um, but the most important thing is to be together with the family, have some nice dinner, to explore new tastes and things like that. So the basic of all my career is be yourself and do what you want to do,
Mm.
and do it for yourself.
Yeah. We always talk, our final question is always about the future of hospitality. And I'm really curious because you're saying Belgium is currently in yeah, difficult situation. What do you think will maybe amaze people about the Belgian hospitality within 5 years? Is that the product? Is that the process? Is that the service maybe?
I think that the biggest thing in Belgium is the product,
Mm.
because the people are getting the workload is very heavy in hospitality, and we don't find so much people anymore that want to work in it
Mm.
because the cost of people is very high in Belgium.
Mm.
So it's very difficult to make rentability business around working with people. They are working with their hands. So
Mm.
we really have to work on our products in Belgium, the things that we've got, the tastes that we've got, and I think that we can rule the world with all the good things that we've got in Belgium. And
Yeah.
it is the most important thing, I think.
Yeah, nice. Now, Jeroen, thank you so much. Honestly, I had a great time, and I love the stories and the perspective you shared today. And again, thank you so much for your time.
No problem, with love.
For the audience listeners, this was the F&B Advantage, part of the Future of Hospitality podcast. If you enjoyed this conversation and want more insights on how food and beverages can drive real hospitality impact, make sure to subscribe and join our newsletter at thefutureofhospitality.org. I wish you a really nice time, and I will see you the next time.